Hey everybody, it's May 15th. Oh, it's the Ides of May. I just realized that. So first full week of growing hydroponics in the greenhouse this year. And it's been a hot one already. So some pretty good growth on the cucumbers for sure. I think they had 2 leaves on them last week. Growing up pretty good. Some dried out. It's been crazy hot here. It's still 35 degrees inside and 32 outside, I think. This guy's really spread it up. Cool to see. I don't know if the roots are... There's some roots coming in there. Peas are growing up as they normally do. Oh, they grow really fast, but then they die sometimes, so I'm hoping these ones do better than my last 2 years. And these guys getting bigger too. Tank, I covered it with tin foil just to kind of reflect it off and not get any light in there because you don't want algae. These tomatoes that I just grew from seed are starting to come. They're still pretty small, but they'll come up real quick. This guy's not too happy right now. I had him inside. This is from last year, and so is this guy. This is the peach ghost, which, oh, jeez, little peach ghost there. And I bought a lime tree on the weekend. Happy Mother's Day to me. It's already got a couple on there, but Annabelle was cool with it, so it's gonna live here for a while. And this lettuce coming on. No real roots yet. Got some Swiss chard going on. Got some these strawberries already. If you look at last week, they were non-existent almost. This one from last year is looking a little dry too. It's crazy how hot it became. Just like I couldn't start my greenhouse until late, and now it's cooking. Some people were asking about the size of pipes and stuff. So these are 4-inch. The returns are 3-inch, and they start here, and it's cool because this is, I can clean it there. Oh yeah, I gotta clean it. That's interesting that there's algae there, so I'll have to deal with that. And then these are just 1-inch pipes. So these are called Dutch buckets. So the water gets pumped in just off these little connections. Hydroton, this is little clay pellets, which I bought a big bag of years ago, and I've just been washing them in vinegar every year, and so they just go in there in the roots, and then the water comes back out, but keeps a little bit in the bottom and goes back and circulates. So I do have it on a timer here. It's just a half-hour timer that you can set, so at night I got it set to an hour off and just a little on. I would prefer to have a 15-minute timer just so I can give it a 15 minutes every hour. Got some flowers going on here. Oh, actual peppers. This is a Scotch bonnet, I believe, from last year. And then also spacing out wise, because you don't want them too close because stuff does get really big. So my buckets are 15 inches apart, and these guys I put the holes at 10 inches apart, I think. Yeah, 10. And then I've offset the middle rack so that it's like a 10-inch triangle here, so they have more space, right? Because if this guy was here, it would be 8 inches, I think. Yeah, 8 or 9. So spacing's pretty good. It's worked out well. If I did have a slightly bigger space, I would have put more buckets on this side and just move this over a little bit. But the inside of this place is 8.5 by 11, which I figured out after just by coincidence. That's the same size as a piece of paper, so graphing it out was pretty easy. And it's just sitting on kind of a one car space of room, so I can still get another car in here if I need to. A car. And 12-foot ceilings, which is, and I just used a bunch of scrap stuff I could find on Facebook Marketplace, and got these doors from a guy, and he just gave them to me when he found out what I was doing. But it's seen better days. Same with these guys. I had to plug them up. Just put a brace across. Because indoor doors aren't meant for outdoors, but they look cool, so. And I do only get morning sun on here, so we're looking east now. And then I do have a big tree here, so it kind of blocks quite a bit, but then I do get a little peak in the afternoon. So it's nice that it's not always heat, because it would be absolutely cooking in here. Trying to think if there was anything else that people asked me about last week. The turn, the pumps. I think that's covered it. So it is some good growth this week. This guy I just put in again. Little roots are starting to come. These guys kind of also like a narrow flood system. I just swapped them, but they should be full. So I can adjust the height of those too, which is neat. And there's some white roots on here, so these should be good. None of the roots are really white. Yeah, like that. So these will really take off. This is the basil. Oh, look at that. So that's just a clipping from this plant outside. I just cut a piece off and stuck the end in the water, and we should be good. And I'll bet this one will be better than the ones outside. I also have the squash, which my friend gave me. So there's two out there, and this is the one inside. So I got 4 leaves on here. I don't know if the roots are showing yet. No. 4 leaves, and we'll compare it to these guys are bigger, but they're still on the 2 leaves. Oh no, they're starting to come. Yeah, so oh no, sorry, that's the beans. These are the so we're at 4 here too. This guy's smaller, but that's not too bad. Yeah, so the shade's open. I got some peas growing here that I'm gonna have to move so they don't block the sun.